Hey guys, we're here with Puro Pinche Real Estate, episode 4. We're actually in Austin. We wanted to change it up a little bit, and today we're here with Carlos Benavides from Realty Austin.
How are you?
Another guy from the Valley like myself, so we figured it'd be a good input to have his kind of like his feedback and what he knows about the market here, being the local expert. So Carlos, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? How long have you been in the business?
Thank you. I appreciate that, Robert. I'm from Brownsville, Texas. Moved out here back in 1992, and didn't get into real estate as quickly as you did. I know you were right off when you were a young man, 18 years old. I've been in real estate for about 3 years. Brought me to Austin when I was 18 was clearly education and was one of the things that I wanted. And I could have gone anywhere for that, San Antonio or what have you, but part of the education, the art, the music scene, all of that was something
what
that
drove you.
Yes.
So I mean, coming from the Valley, because that's a big like different. I mean, you have like border town living, coming to like, and I don't think they had all these high rises here. I mean, driving in, you see them, and they're just like towering.
Yeah, Austin has changed dramatically. I mean, back in the day, you could come into Austin, you could count the amount of high rises that were there. It was a very unique skyline at the time, and now I think really the real growth started right around 2000, and that's when they really started to make and create new buildings with the Frost Tower, and then all of a sudden they built the first residential condos, high rise, which was the Hilton 555. Which I was very fortunate to be a part of, but on the production level.
Okay.
So, it's a little different than it is now, but I think we touched up a little bit about that last night at dinner, but honestly...
dinner, by the way, was awesome. What was...
Fonda San Miguel.
Fonda San Miguel.
Amazing.
They had reservations. They got us in. It was very good food and
amazing.
Good conversation, good drinks.
Yeah, it was great, man. It was really great meeting with everybody.
Now, is it Valley style Mexican? Or
No.
is it...
No, I don't think it's Valley style. That's hard to keep up with, as you probably know. And it's not even San Antonio style. I think San Antonio has a whole nother...
It's more Tex-Mex. I feel like this one, we had seafood and it was spot on.
Well, they like to call it interior Mexican, but to be quite honest with you, I really don't know what the difference is.
Interior Mexican.
I just like my enchiladas with cheese, man. That's really it, man. So
that's good.
Otherwise, a great restaurant, really great ambiance. If you remember, just such a really beautiful, authentic Mexican style place.
For sure.
And the service obviously is always good.
It's different over here where they have all this, I think it's 5th Street, where they have like the Target, the Whole Foods. I was like, dude, very California. I mean, what's your opinion being the local,
So California has Silicon Valley, right? Austin is now the new Silicon Hills. And that's actually the new name. But a lot of people say that Austin is a tech hub, or it's becoming the new tech hub. The bottom line is that Austin has always been a tech hub.
Yeah.
And this started back in the 1950s when the economic development were really trying hard to bring in tech companies, which inevitably brought in IBM and Motorola.
Dell's up in...
And then eventually Dell back in the 80s and 90s. But really now, more than ever, it's really starting to become this massive tech hub. And the reason for that is because it's about 40% cheaper to live in Austin than it is in the Bay Area. So people from the Bay Area are going, oh, wait a minute, I've got a 1,500 square foot house that cost me $2 million. Where you can come into Austin and you can buy a 3,000 square foot house for 500, maybe 600,000. And so
in San Antonio, that's like a $600,000 house. You're probably looking like anywhere 4,000 to 6,000 square feet, which is
I wish that
on
was
land.
The case here.
On acres. I feel like that's something that I feel like Austin doesn't have. No, I mean a lot of these properties. I mean right here where we're at, they're like right on top of each other. It's like is that something that your clients don't look for, don't care for, or is it?
Well, honestly, I think I've began to really focus on the suburb parts of Austin, which happen to also be some of the fastest growing areas in the Central Texas area. Round Rock, Buda, and Kyle, Leander, even Lago Vista and Jonestown are starting to become real
well sought,
areas. I mean, the property values are skyrocketing there. You're getting a lot more house for your money in that area. So what's happening is that the folks that are living in the downtown area that are basically just getting tired of the hustle and bustle of downtown, maybe the traffic, and so they're deciding, hey, you know what? Let's go out. Let's move out, into the suburbs, and they're fantastic. Places like Cedar Park.
That's where you live, not Cedar Park?
I live in Cedar Park, and coincidentally, I used to live right here in downtown. And I always said that I'm getting estoy poniendo más viejito every couple of years. I keep moving further out.
It gets louder.
Yeah, you're like, exactly. So
you're one of those.
I'm trying to kind of get out of it a little bit, and now I've got my sights set on maybe some land a little further out, and just kind of this is likely where I'll end up spending my
That's funny because right now we live like in the outskirts of San Antonio, and like our plans eventually is to move closer, like downtown after the kids are grown and stuff.
Sure,
and it's you're the opposite. You're getting farther away, and we're getting closer.
You guys started early though, man. I think so. I think you guys are having that midlife crisis where you're starting to kind of go into town now. And
typical Valley guy talking shit.
Interestingly enough, I work with a variety of folks. Millennials, working with these young tech employees that are making a whole lot of money right now, and essentially, they're moving all over the place, just spending good money. A lot of those younger folks, though, are wanting to live in the downtown area. They're young. They want to be able to kind of walk downtown, walk out to a restaurant, go to a bar.
Most of them don't even have cars, no?
Most of them don't even have cars. They Uber everywhere. It's a pretty interesting dynamic for sure. But I do also deal with a lot of folks from New York City, deal with a lot of investors from California. And they've got a lot of extra money to spend, and what they're doing, and they understand the market right now, and so I'm honestly, a lot of these folks are purchasing houses sight unseen. They're not even seeing the property. I'll run through with a little video and a camera, and I'll show them everything, and it's really kind of a cool deal. Another thing is that these guys are serious buyers. They're not playing around. These guys know that they're going to come into this market, and they're coming in with more money, and they're willing to spend 10,
it's funny because it's almost like us when we were younger. We used to go to Mexico. I mean, we were right across from Reynosa, so you would go get the deals.
All the time.
You're a baller over there now. Buying everything up. I feel like that's how those Californians guys are. Is like they just they're looking at like square footage and area. Like other than that, they don't care about the paint color. They don't care about stuff. I mean, that's what we've been seeing as far as like dealing with Californians and out of state just in general. But that's crazy that New York. I mean, I don't know what New York brings, or what is it because of tech or what?
I think it's just, so all in all, I think it's just cost of living. But that's changing also. And Austin is starting to become a little more expensive. But when you're looking at taxes and all that other stuff, and what I've heard from a lot of folks is this: it's not a struggle to get to the grocery store. When you're living in places like California, you're paying for parking. You darn near have to murder somebody just to find a parking space at the local grocery store. And I think one of the big draws about Central Texas, and even at Austin and San Antonio, or really anywhere in Texas, in my opinion, is that the convenience,
for sure,
and the less stress lifestyle that a lot of these folks have. So, you can drive to the grocery store, you'll be there in 2 minutes, you've got plenty of parking.
For sure.
And, it's great. And I guess to them, that's worth it.
That's different, and that concept obviously it's coming to San Antonio, but I feel like it's not there. I feel like we're still ways behind just based off the development. I feel like everything grows around downtown, and Austin is like everything is downtown. And San Antonio's catching up. I think we have two new high rise. When I was downtown today, there's like 4 or 5 of them going like up there on Congress. It's crazy.
I think San Antonio is right there. I think it's happening. It's happening right now. My understanding of the market there is that it is it's very similar to Austin in the sense of the supply of properties.
Inventory, for sure.
So there's not a lot of inventory. and the prices are driving up, you know, and that's all there is to it with the sellers. And I try to, I talk to them, and I try to use a few magic words here and there, but for the most part, you know, it's a tough market right now. It really is. Crazy. And you know, those new agents that come in there, it's hard. You know, I would say if you were a new agent and you were coming into this market right now.
To the Austin market. So what is something that, I mean, just being a new agent to the Austin market, what do you think? I mean, is it a smart move? I mean, what are you saying? What do you, so honestly, for example, if you're at, you know, the restaurant and someone walks up to you and say, hey, what's up with real estate? I heard you're doing good. Do you know, how do I get started? Because I'll tell you what I say. I'm kind of sometimes talking people out of it.
You know, and I'm right there with you. Okay. I would say, pack your bags and run. You know, just go somewhere else. No, in all honesty, I usually try to tell them, except for the Valley guys. And to be honest with you, man, I always feel like the Valley guys are the ones that really know how to hustle. So in my opinion, if you're from the Valley, you know, if you can hustle, you can make it anywhere. Sure. You really can. And you know, most of the guys that I know from the Valley, I always try to bring my compadres up, and I always try to say, hey, come on, man, you get up there, you'll kill it. And most of the time they do. So, you know, that's always nice. But in terms of the a new agent coming in, I would tell them to find a great coach, find somebody that's really going, like a mentor, that's going to sit there and really just kind of let you follow them around and shadow them and all that, because the more knowledge you have, the better off you're going to be in this business, man. And that's really all I can tell you.
Good stuff.